Hello Dung Beetle enthusiasts, my name is Keej TV, and today on this moderately low budget Manchild review as always, I am taking one last look at Super 7. That is unless they make more Action Masters that are on sale for a tenner, but I doubt that's going to happen. So today, with this plainish kind of cardboard box, I am looking at Bombshell, which I honestly, I don't think he gets as much love as Banzai-tron. I think Banzai-tron was the kind of smash hit when he went on sale like a year or two ago. Everyone thought it was cool. He's this kind of like, you know, glup shittle kind of cool, like, obscure character that people like. That, So again, I'm just appreciating the detail they put in these boxes. Excuse me. Yeah, I think he was kind of cool. It's like him in his like G1 form. That's something we haven't seen since like literally the 80s. I get what they're going for there, but I think this is cool as well. Action Masters. Excuse me, let me get that loud as fuck cling film out of the way. Action Masters, I think, deserve a decent bit more love. They had this kind of like just style of the time, right? I think that's what I say in almost all these videos. You know, oh, it's a time capsule. I'm looking back in that. So I think, right, with this video, I've said kind of everything I can in the last Super 7 video, whichever Manchild review that was, 25, something like that. So I figured I'd get more kind of just, I don't know what you'd call it actually, a bit more kind of open about the experience and just how it is while I look at this cool toy, right? Let me see him for the first time with this big slow reveal. There he is. Ooh, not bad, not bad. You know, the colours look maybe a little bit more vibrant in the product shots, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me to buy shit, which is, I guess, fair enough. You got to put food on the table, but you know, again, for 80 quid, I don't know. Glad I got this thing for a tenner. There's your tech specs again, beautiful logo, Action Masters, etc. He's in that kind of pose. And I do want to say this, right? Bombshell, he definitely is my favourite Insecticon. I feel like there's no contest. Kickback's kind of cool. He has his little gimmick where he repeats himself. Shrapnel, I can't say anything about Shrapnel. Shrapnel, like, he's like just a watered down Kickback. But Bombshell, he's big, he's tough, he's in like Prime is this big thing, which, okay, like, I know Prime is like, you know, just for the decent part, as media, as cartoon, like, exceptional. It's pretty cool. They did cool stuff with it. Like, Prime, by the book, is a decent cartoon. But the sound design in that thing is horrendous, right? With Transformers Prime, I swear to God, it gave me a migraine when I was like 12 watching that. Every time the Insecticons did the exact same fucking roar sound effect they were so proud of for like the 50th time. Oh my days. But we don't have that here, because this is like Action Master Bombshell. Ignore how cool he is in Fall of Cybertron. Ignore the annoying noises he makes when he gets blown up by Wheeljack and Prime. This is a one-of-a-kind, never seen again design for G1 Bombshell. And I'm intent to take him out of his weird holofoil Crash Bandicoot background thing here and experience him while also just talking about maybe some kind of woes and, I don't know, inner thoughts about this whole kind of bullshit collection thing. Because I feel like, if anything, it's going to be a Super 7 video where I talk about my kind of woes about this aggravated plastic crap. Just, maybe getting a little bit more existential. Look at that little thing. Yeah, than just talking about kind of niche kind of characters in a bubble. Sorry, I don't know if you can even hear me over the amount of noise this plastic is making, but here's something. Yeah, I just thought. Oh, by the way, sorry, my fingers. I was doing a wee bit of spray painting there. It's either that, or I have jaundice again, or I was painting my nails. It's up to your interpretation, really. I like to leave things kind of vague for a little bit of fun. But yeah, I feel like, just in the base note, I think Bombshell is cool. I think Action Masters are cool. This is a new kind of weird take on them, which looks like you kind of just took the bits off of like a modern toy of them. By the way, not a fan of Legacy Bombshell. I don't know why. Something about it feels kind of off. That was like maybe the one Legacy Insecticon I was looking forward to. Just didn't hit the mark for me. So maybe this is my alternative for that. We'll just call it that. Yeah, despite my complaining and protest and complaints in the Banzai-tron one, I think I'd rather have this kind of big, nice, updated Action Master bombshell, which is, and like, colours I like, it references something I like, than just this kind of, I don't know, tries to please everyone that doesn't really do anything specific for me, kind of bombshell they put in Legacy. And maybe he's got some kind of like very specific kind of design details. Maybe he's like very authentic to the G1 model sheet or something. But isn't he doing it for me? And that's just the way it should be. Oh, he's got these big guns. He has 2 guns, right? Which I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if like it's supposed to like you can hold them in different poses or something. They don't even look the same. For a while, even before I unboxed this, I thought these were just the same gun at different angles. But no, these are 2 separate guns. I don't know if that references something like he had 2 guns in like America and then a different one in Europe or something. I don't know. I don't do my research, I just play my toys. But I have been doing a bit of thinking lately. And I was thinking, you know, like with Legacy, I think sometimes I say in these videos, why do we need a remake of something if it's not going to be like as soulful as the original? Perfect example, excuse me, you know, I think I'm just going to cut when I get this guy out because this is way too obnoxious. Excuse me, yeah, sorry, I think what I'm trying to say is that I have my kind of criticisms for modern Transformers, where I'll say that the new animated B, I was really looking forward to that. You know, I love Transformers animated, that was like the one I grew up with, right? And I feel like it's kind of a pointless remake because it doesn't have as much of the soul as the original. It compromises to fit like an aesthetic that it doesn't really, you know, it's kind of the antithesis of, etc., etc. Well, sorry, actually, not even like a change. It's more of an evolution, actually. Which, yeah, legacy evolution, yeah. But I feel like that is a kind of evolution of the design philosophy of the time. That's no kind of no gonna do well. You know, you don't put a modern man beside a Neanderthal and kind of mix them together. You just get like a weird like missing link kind of creature, wouldn't you? Okay, jeez, that's a tight fit. All right, there's this big strange bug shotgun. Is this even supposed to emulate anything, or is it just these Action Master gun? I'm not entirely sure. That's something I like, by the way, about these guys. That they're not like when they took these kind of pre-existing G1 characters. They weren't like the you know the new ones for the Action Master line. The classics, I guess, as they were calling them at the time. When I suppose they still are. They didn't exactly just do them one-to-one. Like Inferno, Optimus, Megatron, there's always something kind of like slightly different about them. Like Bombshell has these weird kind of shoulder things, his big, I don't know, he had like a cannon in his head, that's gone now, his cerebral launcher, whatever the fuck you want to call it. He has more of like a kind of night thing going on with his face now. Excuse me for my bad camera work, yeah. I'm lost in the Action Master sauce, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like how there's a kind of subtle difference, gives them their own kind of unique look for the time. And seeing that reinvented, that kind of brings up the question again of, you know, me saying, like, did we really need this stuff to come back when it was so nice in the past, right? But then you have me buying this essentially one-to-one Action Master recreation with like maybe a bit more budget put into it, even though it's about, you know, the retail price for it doesn't exactly correlate with the budget. I mean, at least I'm assuming. I'm a consumer at the end of the day. I don't know the full in and outs of this kind of shit, but I think I'm wise enough to tell when a company is trying to get a little bit more fucking bang for the buck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think there's maybe a little bit of hypocrisy that I need to kind of realize in myself that I say these things while I look at like just a full-on G1 reinvention, which is something I wasn't even nostalgic for. It's meant to appeal pretty obviously to like 30, 40, maybe even 50-year-olds. It's not for me. I'm 21. I'm a baby. I'm a zoomer, etc. All those annoying fucking terms that just I don't know kind of categorizes and cause a bit more clash than anything in my experience. But it's like, why do I like this then? I think maybe it's just out of a kind of weird historical thing. You know, like some people were kind of weird about like the Roman Empire and like World War II and shit. Like some people were like obsessed with like these kind of like historical dramas. You know, Downton Abbey, whatever the hell. I think it's almost like a kind of like nerdy way of like a nerdier version of that, kind of being like, this is the history of the Transformers, and maybe I could over explain it that way. Maybe I could just say, oh, it's a cool design, that's why I like it. But maybe I should be a bit more aware of what I like, why I like it, and it could even save me money in the future. That's an important part because, like I said, I'm 21, right? And I got me mindful for the future. Money is crazier than ever these days, and I'm spending a considerable amount of it selling and buying toy robots. And that could be my hobby. I attend uni and maybe work a part time job, do wee odd things just to save money, right? But jeez, that's a what the hell? That's a tight ass fit. That Banzatron was easy. This guy's giving me a run for my money right there. He's got his dual action shotties. What the hell, Dr. Clyde of the shotty? I'm forgetting about his wee pal here. I don't know his name, Needle or some shit like that. I can't be arsed on the Action Master partner names. It's just the wee pal who's there with him, right? And I heard about this. I didn't see it in the box or anything, but I did hear that unlike fucking Banzai-tron's little brick he came with, you can take this guy's head off, and to mimic this kind of like Action Masters thing they had, I don't know if they did this with the tracks who came with the Action Master, they did, but you can do like the little kind of, it's not one to one, but you can kind of just, it's interesting. You can do this. Yeah, it fits on fine. You can do this. It feels pretty loose, but you can do, yeah, that to kind of vaguely replicate the thing where like it attaches onto him and powers him up. That's hey, if that's what you like, go for it. But yeah, back to what I was trying to say originally, excuse me. I think basically what I'm trying to say is, me included, nowadays, especially when there was a lot of contention nowadays about this kind of shit. Like back in the day, the most controversial kind of thing you would have would be like, I don't know, Action Masters, they don't transform. What is Transformers doing, right? Blah, blah, blah. But nowadays, there's like 40 years of this stuff. And there's so much product out there, like Andy Cousins would call it. He was based for that, by the way. He I think he brought a bit of realness to that when people were saying at TFN. He wouldn't call them toys or characters. He would just call it product, and he's not wrong there. He was the designer. He was on the inside. He knows what's up. He would design these things and get paid for it, and depending on how good his designs were, then he maybe get a bonus. Blah blah blah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe did the designers get a bonus back then, or was it just all going up to the CEO or whatever bullshit? Again, I don't know. I'm a consumer. I don't know the insides. I'm trying to get in the inside. I'm trying to make my own animation. I'm trying to get a career in that kind of thing. And maybe that'll give me more perspective when it comes to just nerdy shit. But right now, I don't know. I can only speculate and talk and yap on the internet. Uh, which is another thing that I feel is just, I guess, in this kind of giant kind of branching web of conversation. It's that I don't want to do this forever. You know what I'm saying? I want to evolve my stuff, and I feel like if I was doing YouTube forever, I feel like I would be miserable. I feel like there needs to be an evolution in this kind of stuff, which is why I think I get turned off when things stagnate with that new Bumblebee. Where I guess you could give that new animated Optimus Prime a pass. It looks aesthetically yet pleasing more than Bumblebee and Pearl, but at the same time, I feel like again you could just get the original animated Optimus and get the kind of purest vision for that. Uh, which again you could say about this. Why don't I just get the original Action Master Bombshell? And I think obviously there is like a monkey brain appeal to seeing like small toy but bigger and bigger budget and more detail and cool things, right? Like that appeals to all of it. It's like thing I recognize, but something cool is different, right? But then again, the antithesis is that it's something you recognize but not as good. And when I look at animated Bumblebee of Legacy, I think you know stagnation there. It's not going anywhere, and that's the same with this kind of thing. I don't want to do YouTube forever because I feel like I've kind of run the course already, and I might be lagging a bit behind, and I should have finished this up a few years back, but I'm still doing it, and that's a whole I guess personal thing. Maybe I'm making it a bit too personal there when I'm talking about fucking Super 7 Bombshell. But these videos, no one's clicking in them for like a professional, concise review. This is you're watching this for me talking, and you kind of like it's maybe background noise, or hell, you're crazy enough to like pay full attention to this. But yeah, take a shot every time I go, and then go with my big fucking nostrils. By the way, you'll be dead by the end of this video. Fucking yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm spitballing as always. I don't have a script when it comes into this. I like Bombshell. I like his big. I don't know what you would call this. Does he have more features in Banzai Tron? I wonder because he actually has this sculpted in, by the way, so he can attach on. I like that little thing. Even though, weird enough, right? Let me pull this guy out for comparison. Our old pal, Banzai Tron here. They're roughly about the same height, but these two are from the same wave. But one of them has more features. That's an ass comparison, by the way. His kind of sticks out more. Yeah, he has more features. He has two guns. Um, his hands are kind of tighter, which I guess means quality. His little character, if I can get them out, his little character moves, has motion, and actually interacts with him. This one is just a brick. The little cannon thing is implied to come out, but doesn't even do that. That's, jeez, imagine paying 80 quid for that. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, that's a weird little comparison. He can hold his guns right. His guns don't kind of like, I guess they do a little bit, but like his guns don't like droop as much as Banzai-Tron's when he holds them. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Sometimes you just don't know what you're getting these days, and I think in an age of confusion and scariness, that's not on. In the age of like wherever you go, you could just get like horrible news about terrible shit that you would never know about otherwise if you were like born in like I don't know the 50s or like the 1920s. The simple pleasures shouldn't be like fucked up. But maybe that's a good thing. Now we can communicate with each other a lot more. We have a lot more perspective. We can see that the simple pleasures, like buying a toy when you were fucking 20, uh, has some kind of rightful criticism. And maybe you should take a new kind of perspective on it. Maybe you should think, wonder why these other people are saying that. And you should consider it. But what do I know? I bought this thing already, even if it was on sale and I can be smug about it. I bought it, and that's part of the economy, that's business, etc., etc. I am contributing to what I think is voting with my wallet to maybe revive Action Masters. Well, maybe they don't need reviving. Maybe I can just track down an old Action Master, even though they're crazy expensive nowadays. And I appreciate the fact that the remakes are way cheaper. Yeah. Bombshell here's for me for a loop, hasn't he? There's nothing character with a little bit of zest and like orange shit to him. He's really thrown me for a loop. I wonder how long this video is going to be. Just me yapping about. Yeah, I think for anyone watching this who's actually paid attention to it, which will probably be in like the tens of you, uh, I don't know. Maybe I've given you food for thought. Maybe I've given you a little bit of thought about where all of this is going, if it will last, if it's sustainable. Am I giving a bit of a non-answer here? I don't know. I feel like something needs to change though. Uh, and that's not me saying like we should never look at the past again. That's what this whole series is about. I like reflecting on what's new, what's old, what's came before. There's a kind of, I guess, mini culture to it. Is kind of shallow as that sounds, and I reckon I'll have a lot more to talk about. Yeah, but I think just talking about kind of like overpriced nerd shop shit. That's a good way to maybe kind of bring out the harsh kind of, well, not harsh. I can be a lot harsh in this video. You want me to be honest, but like kind of just more realistic, down to earth stuff. Like me not paying full price for a lot of this stuff. Questioning where it's going, why you bought it in the first place. What you're gonna do with it in the future. Am I gonna have this 10 years in the future? Am I gonna sell it off? Am I gonna be happy when I graduate uni and I come home and I see I see Super 7 Bombshell sitting there? Is the world gonna end by then? This guy's just gonna be ash and like no one's gonna remember me. Uh, so I got a little bit like, personal again there, but yeah, I feel like even fucking stupid toys like this, they can bring out a decent bit of conversation. And I really encourage you to say something interesting in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean like I don't need another joke. I'm always saying shit jokes, right? I need you to maybe say something interesting this time, or don't. You know, it's your life, whatever. But consider this one maybe a Manchild review milestone, just in the fact that there's a bit more thought put into this one than maybe ones where I'm just looking at I don't know, fucking Bayver's backfire. I'm like, oh, I remember this. You know what I'm saying? yeah, I think I went on a bit too long now, but I've enjoyed looking at this wee guy. I don't regret getting him because I like Bombshell. I like the colors. I think I could make a cool cartoon of him that would entertain, develop my skills, etc. But there's always kind of calling to the pros. It's an ongoing conversation, right? So I'll leave that to you, right? See yous. Bye bye. The paint already fucking chipped in his fingers. While I was getting him to hold those guns. This sucks actually. Never mind. This fucking toy sucks. Fuck you.